Greetings, Bitcoiners in the land of YouTube. This Bitcoin Pi indicator. I'm sure most of you, if you've been around for a while, have heard of this. I don't know if you've taken a look at it since the top was put in. This Pi indicator was retrofitted to the Bitcoin chart. So it was created, the formula was created after all the stats had come in. But it was created well before our recent top. This thing is called every major top of Bitcoin, but it called it on the dot. So I just want to make this video about it. How to read the Pi indicator. The Pi indicator leverages the 111-day moving average and the 350-day moving average multiplied by 2. That gets kind of confusing. That's taking the 111-day moving average. 111-day is the aqua color. It gets a little confusing, the wording of what you're looking at here, the red line, the 350-day moving average multiplied by 2. So what that's doing is taking the 350-day moving average, which is actually way down here, right? And they're multiplying it times 2 to get that red line. So I guess technically it wouldn't have been possible to create this Pi formula indicator before it ever happened. So now looking at what it really is, I see now how it was created. So it's actually a pretty good little indicator. Of course, when the 111-day comes from below the 350-day times 2, when the aqua comes from below the red line, it sets a all-time high, a local top. This dashed line down from the top. Here are these red circles. Top. Whenever the aqua line comes from underneath the red line and they pass or they cross, that's the top. See that's working? Look at 111 days, catching up. Really close. As soon as they cross the exact top. Within 3 days. All these are basically within 3 days. I think maybe 5 days. I'll get to that here in a second. So the future is unknown for sure, but technically if this 111-day was to spike back up from here and cross and come from below the red line and cross again, we would have our new top in theory. This doesn't have to hold true, but this is a pretty precise. I was making fun of this indicator for about a month or two, but it put me in my place, right? It's almost on the dot. Why they call it the Pi indicator. 350 divided by 111 equates to 3.153, which is as close to Pi 3.142 as we can get when dividing 350 by a whole number. What you should know, as of today, Bitcoin's 111-day moving average is 40,377, and its 350-day moving average times 2 is 67,000. This graph is from 2 days ago as you're watching this, so technically, it's virtually the same. It's changed just a tiny little bit, not worth talking about, but previous tops, April 11th, 2021, Pi indicator crossed for the 4th time in history. Bitcoin hit an all-time high of $65,000 precisely 3 days later. Both moving averages, April 6, 2013, crossed when Bitcoin was trading at $229 and Bitcoin hit a cycle top 3 days later. Notice that date, April 6th, 2013, where there was a double cycle top. April 11th, 2021, we just had a cycle top. I'll get to that here in a minute. December 4th, 2013, the second top of that cycle, year 2013. Both moving averages crossed and Bitcoin was trading at $1,100. 5 days later, Bitcoin hit a cycle top. That was here, April of 2013, December of 2013. Let's go to the last cycle, 2017, 2018, the last bull run. December 16th, 2017, both moving averages crossed and Bitcoin hit a cycle top of 19,660 that same day. So, but this was retrofitted on there, but I like it now. I do like it now. So we will see what happens. People have been comparing Bitcoin to the last two market cycles. Of course, we really haven't had. This is only basically the third market cycle in Bitcoin's history that would make sense to even look at. But the problem I have, people saying this could be a double top like 2013. The problem I have with that is, just for an easy numbers sake, we'll say this top was, it was higher than 100, but Bitcoin was in $100 ballpark, and the second top was $1,000 ballpark. So essentially, you're talking about a 10x. So the price of Bitcoin only had to increase by $900, and this isn't exactly right, but just for easy numbers, let's just say the price of Bitcoin only had to go up $900 for Bitcoin to 10x, right? So the problem I have with using the year 2013 to try to say that might happen again this year is because Bitcoin's sitting at about $45,000 right now. Let's knock that down a little bit to make a little more sense. Let's say Bitcoin's at $40,000 right now. To have a double peak, double top similar to this, Bitcoin would have to basically 10x. So you're talking about Bitcoin would have to go up to about $400,000 for the price of Bitcoin to go up $360,000. Is a lot different than the price of Bitcoin going up $900. You know what I'm saying? So although it'd be a 10x, percentage wise, 10x, but this 10x in 2013, the reason I don't like it is because it was a $900 gain, right? We have a $900 gain in Bitcoin last hour, right? It doesn't even show up on the charts. So to repeat 2013, we'd have to have Bitcoin increase in price by $360,000 by December. 3 to 4 months when you're it's just not happening, right? So obviously that's out of the question. So I'm not saying there won't be a double top. There could be a double top if this 111 day can come back up. Just using this pi indicator, if it were to come back up and cross the 350 day times 2, which is sitting at about 67, by then it would be about 70 or 80,000. It could happen. Bitcoin this cycle there could be another cross and another top, but it would probably be 80, 90, 100, 110,000 tops, right? Maybe a 2x, maybe a 3x from where we're at now. So there could be a double top like 2013, but not 10x, maybe 2x from where we're at now. Maybe $80,000 Bitcoin would give us a double top like 2013. What this is looking like, though, unfortunately, April. So that's the thing now, is 2013, the first top was in April. The 2017 run didn't top out until December. In April of 2017, there was just kind of in that area, there was a big correction, but it immediately pumped out of it. You can see where the green aqua line, it came real close right here. See this in the middle of 2017? This pi indicator almost had a top there, but it backed off a little bit and it waited. So maybe there will be a double top, but one thing I have to say is whether this is the top if we've already had the top, or if we're going to put in a slightly higher second top later this year. Either way, look what happens to Bitcoin after it tops. Where we're at right now today, actually, this pump we've had from 29,000 to 46,000 kind of looks like a dead cat bounce. You see the last two cycles after the true market cycle top, how it comes down harshly and then it bounces back up, and then it proceeds into the bear market. Same in 2013, dead cat bounce, right? Actually, there's basically two dead cat bounces here into the bear market. Both tops in 2013 do that. Tops out, comes down, dead cat bounce, regroups, consolidates, pumps again. all-time high. Dead cat bounce into the bear market. The next parabolic push, 2017 into 2018, January 2018, dead cat bounce. There's kind of two. There's a dead cat bounce and then kind of a smaller second bounce. Leads down to the bear market. So there was actually a mini bull run here in 2019 or here. Not a lot of people talk about. It was kind of the first bull run for Bitcoin outside of the halving cycle induced runs. And if you see here, it tops out. The pie indicator didn't have nothing to do with this, but they did kind of start getting close. But just looking at the price of Bitcoin, this little bull run topped out, falls down harshly, dead cat bounce down into the bear market, right? So where we're at now, topped out, comes down harshly, dead cat bounce, likely coming down into a bear market, right? So in my opinion, I've been saying in order for Bitcoin to have another big parabolic push, the price just seems to me it just naturally has to come down where it'll attract big investors, big money to come in. I don't think any professional with big pockets or any professionals that are investing other people's money through like hedge funds and whatnot, I just can't see them getting in right now. It kind of looks like we're sitting on the top of a dead cat bounce. I could be wrong. This is just my opinion, right? This is not financial advice. But if you look at it, see that every time after the top, every single time, harsh correction, bounce into the bear market, harsh correction, bounce into the bear market, kind of a double bounce. All-time high, close to 20,000, harsh correction, bounce, double bounce, bear market. Where we're at now, all-time high, harsh correction, bounce. I think it's coming down. And maybe a second bounce, and we're in the bear market. I know there's hype out there, and I know how it feels to be hyped up. Lots of people that hype Bitcoin, it's because they bought in back here at $1,000, $500, $3,000, maybe $100. And I know you've noticed there's channels on Bitcoin that just constantly pump out bullish news. Every scrap of bullish news they can find, they constantly pumping out bullish. It's awesome, right? So it's in their best interest. If they bought in $1,000, it's kind of self-centered of them to do that to their viewers. Be your own judge. Is the channels you're listening to, are they pumping their own self-interests out to their viewers, or are they actually interested in their viewers' interests, right? So just as a non-biased opinion video, I'd have to say we're likely on the top of a dead cat bounce, or close to the top of a dead cat bounce, and we're probably coming back down. Financial markets tanked here December of 2018. High interest rates and trade wars and that kind of stuff kind of spooked the market. And just any kind of shift, downturn in the global markets, Bitcoin will drop hard from that bear market. It did it after the 2017, 2018 run, and then the 2019 mini bull run. Here's the COVID dump here. Did it again. I guess I'm kind of stuck in between. I do feel if Bitcoin could come down and have a true consolidation, accumulation for a few months in the 20,000s or lower, if we could let Bitcoin go down there, I do feel like it can gain steam and have a second pump, maybe into January, February 2022, December 2021. I do feel like that's possible, another big parabolic push. But I think the longer it stays up in 40,000, 45,000, the longer it stays up there, I think the chances of another pump this year get lower and lower. Just my personal opinion. Almost 3 years. Sorry, the last time. It took almost 3 years. Well, not counting the mini bull run, counting the halving run. So to the mini bull run, it was a year and a half, about 18 months to the top of the mini bull run. Let's see, from 2013, December 2013, it took, let's say January 14 to where it started pumping again. Almost 3 years to start to reclaim where it was. It took almost 3 years to get back to where it was. From 2017, it took to get to back where it was. Actually, 2019 mini bull run got back up to where that happened. That was 18 months, give or take, but then it dropped back down. And to get back up to where it was, about 3 years. 3 years there. It may take 3 years for Bitcoin to get back up to $65,000 by this pi indicator, if this is the true top, right? So this happened early in 2013. The first top was in April. In 2017, the top was in December, January of 2018, that ballpark. So if there is going to be a double top, it will be probably December, January, February, upcoming. And at that point, judging by this indicator, pi indicator, it would take approximately 3 years from there to get back up into that area. So let's say Bitcoin went to $100,000 in January of 2022, and the pi indicator came back into play and it topped out. It would take approximately 3 years to get back to 100,000. So you'd be talking about 2025, after the next halving in 2024, that bull run, it's liable where Bitcoin would get back to 100,000 sometime in 2024, 2025. But that's just speculation. I hope you enjoyed this little show. As always, thanks for watching.